Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, St. Mary police nab fugitive wanted for murder. A 21-year-old man wanted for murder was apprehended on Friday during an intelligence-led police operation in St. Mary. Ronald King Davis of Atterbury and Nutter Bay had previously been featured on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Wanted Wednesday in relation to a 2023 killing. It is reported that around 8:45 p.m., the police received information of a green Toyota Fielder traveling along Robins Bay Main Road, suspected to be transporting the wanted man. The vehicle was intercepted and the Davis, along with the two other occupants, a man and a woman, were discovered. The police said a further search of the vehicle led to the recovery of a black Glock 19 pistol loaded with 16 rounds of ammunition. All occupants of the vehicle were arrested. Davis, who is believed to be part of the Forum gang, which operates out of the Dover community in Nutter Bay, was on the run for the 2023 murder of his neighbor, O'Dane Martin. 3 Haitians discovered at the St. Thomas-Portland border. 3 Haitians, including an 8-year-old boy, were discovered in a house at the border of St. Thomas and Portland on Friday, according to the police. Reports are that about 5:30 p.m., lawmen were conducting an operation in the Hectors River area when a house was searched and the Haitians, 2 women and a boy, were found. The woman, along with a Jamaican man, were taken into police custody, while the child was placed in state care. Investigations are ongoing. Dogs alert residents to human head in Manchester bushes. Police are probing the circumstances that led to the death of an unidentified man whose head was discovered in bushes in Manchester on Saturday. Officers attached to the Asia police station in the parish were called to Mansfield around 10:36 a.m. when residents discovered the head. They were reportedly alerted to the gruesome discovery by dogs that were allegedly eating it. The head was removed to the morgue. Investigations are ongoing. Hardware worker among 4 facing larceny and conspiracy charges. 4 people have been arrested after allegedly attempting to steal nearly $400,000 of material from a Spanish Town Road hardware business. The accused include 23-year-old Tiara Nelson of Oakwood Avenue, Kingston 20, who works at the establishment. The other accused are 41-year-old Shellyan Ranger, a security guard of Mame River District, Gordontown, St. Andrew, 22-year-old Zahim Grant, a forklift operator of Clifton District, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and a 47-year-old Omar Price, a welder of North Palm Place, Westchester, Portmore, also in St. Catherine. They are charged with a simple larceny, 2 counts of larceny as a servant, receiving stolen property, and a conspiracy. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that on Thursday about 10:45 a.m., the manager of the hardware store was at work when she was alerted by her senior manager to make checks on a vehicle being loaded by Nelson. Checks were reportedly made, and it was revealed that neither Nelson nor other individuals involved had a receipt for the items being loaded. The stolen goods amounted to approximately $384,315.98. Lawmen were alerted to the scene, and the individuals were subsequently arrested and charged. Their court dates are being finalized. Fire chief warns against the charging devices unattended after 5-year-old perishes in house fire. Stuart Beckford, commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, is cautioning homeowners to avoid leaving electrical devices charging for prolonged periods, as this could lead to house fires. His warning follows the tragic death of 5-year-old Kimberly Harrison, who perished in a house fire Wednesday afternoon on Whitehall Avenue in St. Andrew. The 5-year-old was found in the bathroom of the 3-bedroom home, which was engulfed in flames moments after she left the school. She reportedly had minor burns on her body. Beckford said that while investigations are still in the early stages, there are indications it may be linked to an electrical issue. The room where the fire started would suggest that is the room where the 5-year-old was, So what we are leaning towards may be an electrical issue, whether it was a device being charged that may have overheated, or whether there was an electrical short circuit somewhere, but we are not ruling out anything at this time except arson. We know it wasn't arson. It was an accident, the fire chief said. He continued, as to what the source of the fire was, we are not yet certain whether it was an electrical device that was left plugged in or something being charged, or we are not sure, but we have pieced it together. We have narrowed it down to a possible electrical fire, the fire chief said. 4 children who were left home unattended perished in house fires last year. To prevent the loss of lives due to house fires, the commissioner is urging homeowners to pay greater attention to children and the elderly. What we also would like to say to homeowners is, especially those homes that you have elderly persons living in and the children, is to pay special attention to them. Don't leave them on their own. The reality is that, based on the data we have, we lost 4 children last year to fires. They all died in fires where they were left alone, and not only where they were left alone, but they had access to items that could have caused a fire, such as matches and lighters, or there were open flames being denuclearized, such as candles, Beckford said. The commissioner said following basic safety when charging devices and using candles can reduce house fires. We spoke about the issue of the charging of electrical devices, whether it is your tablet, your phone, or your headset, or has been plugging in these items to charge and leave the house for hours, open hours. Your headset, whatever it is that you are charging, special attention should be paid to these things while they are being charged. Never charge them and leave them unattended. Once these things are fully charged, they are to be removed from the electrical circuit, because if they continue to be plugged in, they will run the risk of overheating, Beckford explained. While cautioning against charging phones overnight, he said if persons must charge devices overnight, they must do so on a hard concrete surface to reduce the likelihood of a fire spreading. Secondly, we encourage people to install smoke detectors in their houses. These are not necessarily expensive, and I think we know that they save lives. The data has proven that. So we want to encourage people to install these smoke detectors in their houses, so in the case of a fire, that detector will pick up the smoke and will give an audible warning even if you are in the deepest sleep. It will wake you and alert you to the fact that something is happening so you can leave that house, Beckford said. Homeowners are also being encouraged to invest in fire extinguishers. Education Ministry concerned about the shooting near Tatius Golding High School. The Education Ministry has expressed a deep concern about a shooting incident near Tatius Golding High School in St. Catherine on Friday afternoon, which later spilled over onto the school's campus. 3 individuals, including 2 men, were shot in the vicinity, sought refuge on the school's property. The ministry said students were promptly gathered in a central location for debriefing and emotional support before an early dismissal was arranged. It said a community care team will visit the school on Monday to provide counseling and psychosocial support for students and the staff. Education Minister, Senator Dr. Dana Dixon, expressed regret over the incident. We are deeply saddened by the incident. While we are grateful that none of our students or staff was physically injured, we fully recognize the emotional and the psychological toll this incident can have on the school community, she said. Dixon urges citizens to practice peace building and conflict management, adding, education does not happen only in schools, as all of us form part of the learning community and must be deliberate in playing our part. According to preliminary police reports, around 1:20 p.m., 5 individuals were traveling in a Toyota Probox motor car. Upon reaching the vicinity of Tatius Golding High School, explosions were heard. It is reported that 2 masked men emerged from nearby bushes and opened fire on the vehicle, hitting the occupants, who then jumped from the car. The 3 injured persons were assisted by a passing motorist and later taken to the Spanish Town Hospital, where they were admitted for treatment of gunshot injuries. One of them, who was shot in the head, is reported to be in critical condition. The vehicle they were traveling in caught fire and was destroyed. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.